I have a certain fascination and, in terms of being found by algorithms, a counterproductive interest in questions that are never answered in an internet search. One of the most startling ones I've just found is what causes tingle immunity? What causes someone to stop feeling ASMR tingles? You'd think that with all the doctor role plays of people symbolically treating one's tingle immunity, this question might get addressed. But it isn't. It's absolutely startling how many doctor videos there are out there, or other tingle immunity presumed treatment videos, that don't do the number one thing a doctor should do, which is find the cause of the problem in the first place. We're absolutely inundated with material in ASMR that's completely counterproductive in assessing the cause of the problem and treating it. So we're just essentially presented with one ineffective medicine, symbolically, after another. The possible cause of ASMR, as far as I can see from a study, which I will link to in the description, is that people who experience type B ASMR and meditators have certain things in common, which are a higher expression of curiosity and mindfulness. I've had a whole series of videos recently, of course, trying to make someone more mindful of a piece of entertainment, or more than one, that is trying to turn off the person's brain, make them mind less. And these are popular video topics for people supposedly presenting ASMR, such as doing the Halo theme over and over and over again in the course of a video. This, of course, could exhaust the viewer, could certainly create immunity or lack of response to tingles over time. The response to this by an ASMRtist then is not to examine what's missing from the video. Why is it not developing mindfulness and curiosity? But instead providing the viewer with something else stolen, another method of cheating, a new source of tingles. Symbolically, this would be like a relationship that begins with a very specific shared interest, in which one party is looking for essentially an extension of him or herself in another person, a self-expression of exactly what one person wants reflected in another. This is quite different with the way someone might encounter people with very specific interests in real life. Suppose one is walking down the street and sees an antique car drive by, and then another. Cars are quite easy to notice. They make noise, they take up space, and one could deduce that an antique car show is going on, and might even go and watch the show or talk to other people who are interested in restoring and displaying antique cars, even though one has no interest in antique cars. This is the sort of curiosity or mindfulness one would need to cultivate to better feel ASMR. And it could be encountered in the real world, but in algorithms for presenting new videos to people, it doesn't happen that way. Without actively going into your search engine and giving the system a clue that you have a predetermined interest in antique cars, you will not get any videos shown to you about antique cars and the people who are interested in them. So we have this very artificial, in terms of developing capacity for experiencing ASMR environment on the internet. The very people who make ASMR videos never discuss the process of what it takes to feel ASMR. Because perhaps eventually someone who got started down that path would no longer need external triggers at all. They might go from someone who doesn't feel ASMR to being a type B ASMR experiencer, someone who feels the tingles in response to certain triggers, to eventually needing no external triggers at all, or being a type A ASMR experiencer. This might not be something that the video makers would want, because they want someone to keep watching their videos and not get to the point where the viewer is completely independent and needs to watch no video at all. I don't think this would ultimately cause a loss of audience, because with the ability to experience type A tingles, trigger them at will, regardless of the external source, someone could then watch virtually any video and tingle while watching it, turning any video they liked practically into an ASMR video. But the response typically seen is that the video creator will cheat, will use other creators, bring them on to the video so that someone has someone new to look at, or will do reaction videos, or will switch from one trigger to another trigger. So the whole thing is short-circuiting, I would say, of the process that people should follow, and that they have perhaps followed in the past in their progression of a relationship. Imagine a relationship as someone who spots you while you're lifting weights, and the purpose of the relationship is to get stronger. In weightlifting, there's a term called cheating. This is when you have an exercise designed to develop a particular muscle, and you engage in the exercise in such a way that you use some other muscle instead. Or in the case of having a spotter, you have the spotter lift the weight for you, or you have some mechanical device lift the weight for you so you don't get stronger. And this is the essence of ASMR videos. You have the illusion that the ASMR is being caused by the person who's made the video and whose video you are watching, when actually the capacity for feeling ASMR is internally developed by the opposite process than what's usually shown in ASMR videos.